when I was deeply searching, which started at about 15, and it didn't end, it just kept going because I had some chronic health situations that I wanted to remedy via spiritual means because I knew intuitively nothing out here externally was going to help me. That was what God was using to motivate me to find spirituality or find myself. And I tried everything, so many things. You know, Course in Miracles and different meditations and, you know, yogas and this and that. And then I remember I was, 21 or 2. I was in Los Angeles and I opened up the Yellow Pages, the phone book. They didn't have like internet then, or maybe they did, but I just, and so I looked it up and I went to every church in the phone book. I'm like, I gotta find something that like resonates. I didn't like the whole dogmatic type religions. It wasn't attractive to me. I could just sense like they're too exclusive. God's not exclusive, he's inclusive. So like, okay, I don't have to go there. So I went to every church. I ended up finding what I liked the most was Self-Realization Fellowship with Yogananda and different Vedanta, Advaita type teachings. Like those resonated with me. Okay. Why? I love the directness of it. They're not giving me a bunch of steps to try to get somewhere where I already am. Okay, but careful. Careful when you say, well, I already am that. A lot of people say that. But I'm already there's nobody here to awaken. You just have to realize, But vibrationally, it's the mind talking. The mind, see, with the Advaita self-inquiry, non-dual movement, it's almost like fashionable now, it's the easiest pointings for the ego to hijack. It's just so easy, especially if you have any kind of natural, intellectual aptitude for remembering things or understanding these things mentally. You learn the lingo and then you become a parrot, and then the mind says, well, you're awake because you can parrot it so good. This is the trap. So be aware of that. I've made videos in the past about that. Actually, I think I touch on that on almost every video because it's fun, and also I feel it just flows like that. Something the universe wants to make balance somehow, with all the excessive, non-dual mental talk. Something wants to kind of bring some balance. All right. So anyway, I love that direct. It was just so potent. It's like, wait a minute, because let's say your complaints are, I don't feel good. I have mood swings. Oh, I have social anxiety. Oh, like I don't like this or like that. The self-inquiry is asking you to investigate and see how real are your desires, are your feelings, are your thoughts and concepts that you have about certain things. How real is it? I have a pain in my arm. Okay, it exists. Don't non-dual it away. But do you notice that it's like the pain is happening in a bigger space? Do you notice that? Don't let the mind say, yeah, I notice it. No, but do you notice it? Are you aware of that? Oh yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, I can feel the sensation of this pain, actually. But, what do you mean I can feel the sensation of the pain? What is this I? This is self-inquiry. Just, don't get clever with it, I have funny examples of that. I used to do with my friend, who, oh man, she did this to me. Who did what to who? What do you mean? Who is she to do something to something that don't exist? But it's fun to make balance sometimes, to play around like that. So there's a sensation, there's some pain, but you notice it's happening in a much greater field or space. This is first step. We have to recognize that first to go to the next step. Let me know. Do you recognize it? Okay, so then the next step, when you recognize this space or this presence or this consciousness or Doesn't matter the word, whatever word you want to use it. But there's obviously this physical show that we see, including the emotional sensation show, in the mental thought show. All that is like appearing in something like that's beyond the show. You just have to realize that, contemplate that. If you haven't realized it, then start contemplating that, and then you might have that realization, and you'll feel good. You're like, whoa, I really realized it. I see it. What sees it? No, but it's like seeing somehow. Something sees. Like, I'm talking, there's a character, and the hands are moving, and the voice is speaking, and I'm doing, something, and I have a thought that I'm making a video, but there's a vastness. It's just not doing anything. That has to be recognized. We get a taste of that in deep sleep because the computer human bot program shuts down. We're in deep sleep. We're out of the matrix. There's a little cord that connects us still because the game has to continue. We have to wake up, and then the consciousness is refreshes the whole program, and then we continue. But for practical purposes, we're not in the picture anymore in deep sleep. Well, that state is here right now. It's here right now. It's just the attention and the belief in this human software 3D program is so strong that it seems to eclipse this deeper deep sleep awareness self that we really are. That we can't understand that until we wake up and then reflect and say, oh yeah, for like 7 hours I was gone. I don't remember anything. Well, yeah, you were in that space and there wasn't a cognitive functioning so that you could witness anything. It was shut down. Okay. So that space is here right now. Self-inquiry is a practice, a spiritual practice. Don't think you're beyond practices. That constantly encourages us to keep reflecting on this space that I'm talking about. You just keep noticing it. This is the best meditation. For me, I like this meditation. I have a problem with my spine. I can't sit here I'm gonna go to Vipassana and sit there for 10 hours, Yeah. Oh, my neck hurts. No, push through it. Okay. See, it's not my way. That's why I like self-inquiry. I was like, damn, really? I don't have to go through all these, gymnastics and exercises to try to get to where I already am? Cool. I mean, it can definitely deepen. See, I didn't get a spiritual ego, like, oh, I'm done now. It was like something to realize, no, but you need to actually practice, pay attention to what self-inquiry is pointing to. Do what it's saying. Question this existence that you're normally taking to be so real. Start to question that. Don't just say it's not real. See, the mind hijacks everything. It's a problem. It's not a problem, though. It makes us transcend that. It gets more subtle. This has reality because it's the consciousness that is appearing like that. The backbone of all this stuff is consciousness. So how are you going to say it's not real? Consciousness is infusing it with power to exist. It's very real. It's not permanent. We can say that. It's not permanent. But to say it's not real, unless your definition of not real means it's not permanent, okay, say it then. So you're aware of this space and you start to pay more attention to it. I call it the check-in meditation. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter. That's what's so cool about it. You can practice it anywhere, anytime. During sex, going to the bathroom. If you're in an MMA fight, you can just practice it anytime. This checking in. Oh, something's grounding and pounding this guy, but at the same time, that's happening inside a kind of spaciousness it doesn't really have any opinion about anything. See, that will infuse this human bot with more energy and more power. That's how it works. You get nourished from it. It's like if we didn't go to sleep, have the deep sleep, our brain would be fried after some time. We need that rest. Well, we're getting some of that rest every time we check in. It's like a reboot somehow, you know? And if you feel to sit longer periods and just feel like, wow, like, I just want to stay in this presence. What does that mean? I just want to keep, nothing. Doesn't mean anything. I just want to, I'm in this presence. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, thought, yeah, but what are you going to do tomorrow? I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm in the presence. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, yeah. You stay there 5 minutes, stay there an hour, it doesn't matter. Then you leave. See, this is the thing with your formal meditations. People will meditate and they have their practice. I did too in the past. You have your practice, you meditate for an hour in the morning, in the evening you meditate an hour. What happens the rest of the day? They tell themselves, well, if I keep meditating, it's going to bleed through into the rest of my life. I don't see that happening. Do the check-in meditation. I would choose the check-in meditation any day over the ritualistic meditate 1 hour in the morning and evening and do all the, all the exercises and the breath work and you just like do the check-in. If you want to do those things, they're cool. I'm not anti anything. There also depends on our archetype and character and our constitution. Those things can be helpful in healing also. Use them in conjunction with your practice. I'm inclusive. I don't exclude anything, see? I don't say like this is the only way, no. But if you're on this channel and watching this video, it must be speaking to you somehow. And you can combine your bhakti. If you have a strong devotional nature and you like to pray and just, give yourself up to whatever form that God took that you revere, Jesus or Buddha or Krishna or Muhammad, like good, do that too. You can also be aware that this devotion is still happening in the space though. Space isn't like, it's only the space. Krishna and Buddha and Jesus, they're the space. The one that's devoted to, they're the space. But it's an alive space. I remember some nuns, it's not just them, other people too. Oh, I knew a girl personally that tried to tell me this. She said, yeah, I got into that space, man, and like, I don't want to be there. It's like so dead and dark and like, that's not God. When I worship Jesus, I feel like, good. Yeah, because that's the level of consciousness. That's what the consciousness wants to do right now. It wants you to worship a form because it's more tangible. That's cool. Like, do it. But to say the space is dead and there's nothing there, that means the mind was there judging it and making commentary about it. How's the space dead? All this only exists because of the space. The space is the only thing that's alive. But like, don't push things. Don't try to understand these things intellectually. Let the organic evolution take place and you'll understand in time at the appropriate time. And what does it matter so much if you understand everything today or not? The one that's understanding all this is still the game show. Remember, you're the deep sleep space. It doesn't need to understand anything. Start realizing that more. And then it takes the pressure off. God, I gotta wake up. Like, why am I gonna wake up? Who's waking up? I mean, really check that. Do that question. Like, who's waking up? Space waking up? All right, I'm going to make another one on, I think, self-inquiry and how to do self-inquiry, like when you have a really busy mind, or if you have really like heavy karmic issues. How do you apply your spiritual practice to that? Yeah. See you.